Since MGPicker version 2, there have been 4 brand new item types being introduced. They are group, graphic item, V-region, animation item. Animation items have been covered in UI animation in MGPicker video tutorial. Okay, first, the group. Before group was brought in MGPicker, in order to have a container to contain other children objects, you have to use panel. But panel is not primarily designed for grouping purpose. It's mainly there for organizing different category of your picker content. So before, in order to use panel as group, you have to select the panel and then turn down the opacity and then turn off the frame visibility. And then you also have to remove the label. But you can't get rid of the panel index. So if user go to like 0 and 1, it will still count this panel as panel and then activate it, that viewport area. Also, a panel is not very conveniently available. Since MGPicker version 2, group is introduced. Group is a simplified version of Picker panel, and it is designed to be a convenient container containing other children. So to create a group, you can just select a bunch of items you want to group, and then use Ctrl-G hotkey to create a group. And when user frame selection, they want to select the content items instead of the group itself. So in order to select group, you have to use this top center little rectangle to select it. Or you can just use the outliner to select it. To destroy a group, you can just select any children or the group itself, and then use Ctrl-Shift-G to destroy the group. So all these items will stay in the original position, but its parent group is gone. If you already create a group, and then you find that there's some item get left behind, all you need to do is just select these items, and then shift select the group, and then use the hotkey P. If you want to unparent the item from the group, you can simply use the hotkey Shift P. And the same parent edit feature with hotkeys are also available in the panel. But panel is unlike the group, it's not transparent. Even though it looks like it's transparent, you can still not visit the button behind the panel. But group is different. Even though you can turn up the opacity, make it opaque. If you switch to the preview mode, it's still transparent to the tool, so the button underneath it will still be accessible. To transform a group, you can just simply select a group and then hit T hotkey. By default, when you transform the group, the children is also get scaled and transformed. But you can also right click on it and then turn off the transformed children, and then only the group get transformed. Since MGPicker version 2.2, a very useful feature was introduced to group and picker panel. It's called V-anchor. I have loaded up another picker file, and you can just directly visually tell what the V-anchor is. If I scale up the picker window, you can see this group was fixed to a specific corner of the picker view. And this is how we set it up. First, you need to create a group, or you can have a panel. So for group, you select the group, you go to the attribute editor, and there's a V-anchor here. It's set to center. If I use top left, it's going to top left, or top right, right, bottom right, bottom left, left, and center. And there's also another option called V-stretch. That means if I go to this top area groups, if I turn on the V-stretch and then switch to the animator view, as you can see, it will stretch to fit the width of the picker view. And then for the left and right side, if you turn on a stretch, it will stretch on a vertical way. The same applies to the bottom. As you can imagine, if I turn on the stretch, it will stretch at the bottom. So if I want to have a little bit gap between the group or panel and the edge of the picker view, you can use the margins. The same applies to the panel. You also got the same V-anchor mode. If you select top left, it will always stick to the top left. If you switch to none, it backs to the normal. And why is this feature very useful? Because for a picker design, you want a floating picker view that you can pan around or zoom in, zoom out. But you also want an area on top of this view that can be fixed to a certain corner of your picker view. And we want it like no matter how you pan or you zoom, the picker view, it's always there for animators' easy access. So to do that, you simply just group those buttons together and then change the anchor of that group to top left or whatever corner you desired. There's one thing worth noticing is only the group or panel without any parents can set the V anchor. For example, this group is on the scene level, so there's no parent group, so you can set the V anchor. But for this one, it's within another panel called group 1. So if I select this group, and you will see the V anchor is disabled because it got the parent group or parent panel, so it doesn't allow you to anchor to the view. So next time if you see this disabled, you need to check if this group has any parent group or parent pick panel. The second brand new item type I want to introduce is V-region. It is introduced since version 2.6, so make sure that your MGPicker is up to date. V-region defines a hotspot rectangular area of your picker view in such a way that later you can use the command API to quickly jump into that area. To create and edit the V-region, you have to switch to the V-region tool. As you can see, we already create 2 V-region. So to create that, let me demonstrate here. To create that, you just simply, within that V-region tool, you just simply click and drag. And then make sure after the creation, you properly name it. If you switch back to other tools, the V-region is not visible. It is still there. You can still see that only from the outliner view, but this item only visible when the V-region tool is activated. So to edit the V-region, you can just hover your cursor onto it and then just resize it. As simple as that. And then you can use the click and drag the center area to move it. And you can double click the center area to properly name it. So we already create 2 V-region, but how are we able to use it? So to use that, you can just select the edit tool or use the command button tool and then right click, add command, create V-region command button. So it already shows you all the V-region available in your picker scene. And then you can select the easing type. And most of the time you don't need to change it. And here is a little preview area. You can just click to know what the timing looks like. And by default, it's 3 milliseconds. You can just change whatever duration you want and then hit create. So now if I switch to the preview mode, you click on this one. As you can see, the body area is centered in the view. So to check the code, you can just go to the attribute editor, and then this is the code we use to activate a V-region. So because it's a code, it can be used in anywhere that can execute a command callback. For example, in the picker loaded callback, whenever you load a picker file, you want to make sure that the body panel is in the center of the view and it's in the proper scale. You can just put the code here. And to put the code here, you can go to this triangle and then go to V-region animation. And then you select the desired easing type, etc. and then click insert. Then if I save this file and then reopen it, it will do the auto-focusing for you. Also, I want to mention that MGPicker V-region comes with a full API support. So with Python script or mail script, you can create the picker V-region automatically. Graphic items. Graphic item is very simple and straightforward. For example, this one is a graphic item. And by default, a graphic item has its interactive turn off, which means it does not respond to mouse click event or etc. etc. It's designed just for the cosmetic purpose. So to create a graphic item, you just activate the graphic item tool and then just drag to create one, and it will inherit the last selected same type style. That's graphic item. It's very straightforward. That pretty much conclude all the new item types. Okay, thanks for watching. See you next time.